Hey everybody, yeah, it's Sunday afternoon, taking a break from football. I'm going to do a beer that I've been sitting on for, well, since 2012, since I got it. I understand it's 15% barley wine, so saw some initial reviews, read a few, and said it was pretty hot, fresh, so I figured I'd let it sit for a couple of years, and it's almost a couple of years. From Founders, I'm going to do their bolt cutter barley wine. At one time, this was the priciest bottle I had bought. I've got one the one that I've since bought that's cost even more, and $28 a bottle. I was hesitant to buy this, but I figured it's a one-time deal. This is from their Backstage series. But anyway, from the website, it says Bolt Cutter is a cellarable 15% ABV barley wine brewed in celebration of our 50th anniversary. Dry hopped with a mountain of Cascade hops is balanced by a malty sweetness and spicy complexity resulting from barrel aging, some of it in bourbon barrels, some in maple syrup bourbon barrels, and some not at all. Standard fermentation only. We allowed the beer to mature in bottles and kegs for 4 months so that it would be perfect for its release in November 2012, which is about when I got this. This bolt cutter pours a deep copper color. It is best sampled at different temperatures to allow the flavors to unfold. A little warmer today. I think it's in the 60s, unlike yesterday, which I think got into the 50s, but barely. Nice day today. Not really quite heavy barley wine weather yet, but close enough. Fall and then, unfortunately, winter are not too far behind, so let's get this beer in a glass and see what it's like. I'm going to use my Duvel glass at 15%, big bottle. I'm not going to, no hiss, but a little bit of hiss, not much smoke. I figure I can be pretty aggressive pouring here. That's probably all I'm going to drink for now. Yeah, it's a nice, almost ruby color. Maybe a finger of a almost yellowish cream-colored head. A lot of big bubbles. Something tells me it's not going to last very long, but it might leave some lacing. Doesn't seem to be a ton of carbonation streaming up, so nice looking beer. A little odd color for a barley wine, but anyway, let's get a nose on it. I've been looking forward to this. I've been sitting. This hasn't really been cellared. It's just been in my fridge the whole time, so not really a cellared beer, but anyway, let's get a nose on it. Well, surprisingly enough, there seems to be still be a pretty healthy dose of hops in there. It's definitely a sweet, big sweet nose on this beer, though. Sweet malt really seems to be the centerpiece, but I am getting some citrusy hops in there. There's some maybe some like candied fruit, like raisin and plum, maybe. Maybe just a hint of something like a really nice pipe tobacco. If you've ever stuck your nose in a bag of good quality, get out of here, bee. Good quality pipe tobacco. There's just a hint of that. I'm getting the booze. It's there, but it's pretty subtle. But there's really a nice hoppy citrusy aroma there that I'm surprised after almost 2 years it's still showing up like that. There's a sweet, almost bubblegum aroma in there too. Just a hint of that as you take your nose away, but definitely a good amount of caramel malts, and there's some vanilla in there too, some sweetness like there. That the hop smell, it's citrusy, but it's slightly dank too, but not a bad smelling beer. So let's get a taste. Okay, yeah, now that's that nice, smooth, malty flavor. I'm getting a bit of that maple from the they say maple syrup bourbon barrels. Getting a little of the bourbon, and getting some, surprisingly enough, some citrusy, earthy hops in there. Pineapple and citrus, pineapple as a citrus primarily. Maybe a bit of lemon. It's mixed with some caramel and, like I said, the maple, a little bit of oak, and I'm not really getting the booze on it, thank goodness, but it's big and it's pretty sweet. There's like some strong dark fruits like I got on the nose, almost like one of those fruit cakes you get around Christmas time that nobody ever likes. But the hops are still there, surprisingly enough, but they're definitely overpowered by the sweet malt base. It's got a bit of a boozy bite, but for 15%, it's pretty well hidden. But I think sitting in the fridge for almost 2 years has done something about that. It's a full-bodied, really sticky mouthfeel, though. I'm surprised it didn't, as full as it feels. I'm surprised it didn't glug out of the bottle a little bit more, but decent carbonation for the style, which adds to the fullness of the mouthfeel because it's lightly carbonated. I don't know if you can see there, but there's not much carbonation up in there at all. So far so good. Decent tasting barley wine. Not sure if it's worth the price, but we'll see. So I'll sit and sip on this. I'll get that bottle sealed up, and I'll be back in a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's been half an hour maybe. This hasn't warmed up a ton. I didn't figure it would. It's still a coolish day. It's in the lower 60s, but still a pretty nice day. Sunny and not too breezy. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is a decent, another decent entry in that Backstage series. The last one I did was that one that just came out, that Imperial IPL, that I thought was pretty solid. I actually like that a little bit better than this one. You know, it's good. It's really good, but I don't think it's worth the exorbitant price. 28 bucks a bottle. Nah. I'm glad. At that price, I was only going to get one anyway. But it's held up well for the couple years. The sweetness is really coming out, though. There's not a lot of bitterness to this. There's a lot of sweetness, and the sweetness is kind of getting to me. This probably one glass is probably all I'll do, and the rest of the bottle will go back in the fridge for another time. I'm glad I got to try it. The alcohol, like I said, is pretty well hidden now, but I can feel some warmth, primarily in my stomach, after it goes down. So I know it's there, and it could this could be a dangerous beer, even though I think it's as sweet as it is. I think it's a sipper. In a way, that makes it kind of a mess, because it's not quite cloyingly sweet, but it's getting darn close. It'd be a great beer if you're into a huge, sweet, sticky, you know, deluges on your palate, but not for me. It's a bit too sweet. So I'm going to give the Founders Bolt Cutter their 2012 anniversary ale. It's a decent barley wine, but it's not great, and taking the price into consideration, which I think was way out of line. I'm going to give the Founders Bolt Cutter, I'm going to give it a good solid 8.5 out of 10. It's still a decent barley wine, decent drinkable beer. but not one I could drink more than one glass of at a time, like I said. So 8.5 out of 10. So till next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers. Now I'm going to go home and watch the Cowboys lose again, probably.